Hello everybody, it's DaffyDuck91 here from Not a Gamer Gaming, and if you haven't guessed it, we are in the prefab editor. You do not see me often in the prefab editor. It is usually Genosis showing you how all this awesome stuff works. But it's not that I don't know how it works, I'm just not really good at explaining things, so I'm just going to show off our updates to our new POIs for Alpha 19. We're going to do one video at a time. This is our NAG library. We are about to do a playtest, so you have Trader Joel. We have quite a bit of loot. I'm only going to take the leather duster, the helmet. What do we want to shoot them with today? Let's go AK. And there's tons of other stuff you can take just in case you want to play it a certain way. But meh, we're just going to kill some zombies. I'm also going to gather the loot in the POI just so you guys can get an idea of what kind of loot there is. But I'm pre-warning you now. It's very dependent. Every time this POI resets, it's like a roll of the dice, whether you're going to get a ton of books or just a ton of paper. So we can't control that. Best we can do is test it right now. All right, now if I go to Trader Joel, I can see a job, and we can test clearing sleepers, doing a fetch and sleepers, hidden sleepers. I'm going to do a fetch no matter what, just for fun. I'm grateful for everything. This is a good thing to do, just to make sure your little quest icon-y thingy right there works. But yeah, okay, so let's head in. Actually, before I go in, I'm going to go over quick kind of the structural changes that I made to this POI. After playing it a bit on our servers, I was noticing that it's kind of dull on the outside. It was just like full concrete. It looked like a big concrete box. So I took some time. Ooh, look at that. We're missing a piece. These are why playtests are also important, because I'm going to go back through and we're going to remember that we're missing a piece of the frame right there. But yeah, I added some kind of molding to the side. We put some frames on the windows. Over here, I painted the back end. This was all gray at one point. I colored it white. Now, if you go on this side, I've actually added a few things. Again, we have our molding, but I put a dumpster because, every place should have a dumpster. I also have a donation bin. So a lot of libraries and bookstores take donations of like used books, advertising their book sale up there. So here we go is our donation bin. You can find some juicy stuff in here right from the get-go. It's easy to loot. We got a hidden stash, 2 bookstore boxes, bam. So that is some juicy, quick loot if you do not want to go in and do the whole POI. Now another big change is the front. So again, we have some window frames. Now this used to be kind of a blueberry. It had a bunch of blueberries there, but it just didn't make any sense to me. I wanted it to match this side. So this side is almost like a little, you think some survivors came here quickly, camped out, lit a fire. I wanted to add kind of the theme. So we have, this is basically the parking lot. We have more seats, we have a campfire, some, shopping carts for people to put their belongings in, and I added an additional car. So that is what's different, along with our open sign right there, to the outside of the POI. So we're going to go ahead, I'm going to go in, and just clear out the zombies quickly before we talk about the changes on the inside. Ooh, actually, that growl made me think of something. Ironically, the POI was not spawning in sleepers on the upper levels. There was an issue with the naming of the sleeper groups. Let me just turn that light on. So they weren't even spawning any sleepers. This was basically free loot all day long. Like you could just come in here, you wouldn't have to kill anything, cheese your way upstairs to the books, get all the bloody loot that you could possibly want without earning it. So we corrected that. There are now zombies on the main level. You will have to fight for your right. Alright, before we go downstairs, let's talk a little bit about the upstairs. There really wasn't that many changes. Genosis already had gone in, adjusted all of our bookshelves to look a little bit more like Alpha 19. He added some piles of books. One thing I did do, we used to have cash registers like this as quote-unquote computers because we didn't have computers at the time. So I added the computers, I replaced them. Added some clocks, because what's a library without a clock? We also have, again, more computers over here. And in here, we completely redid the bathroom. Oh, look, gotta paint this. See, this is good to do in a playtest, so we know what to fix. So we repainted the bathroom. At once it was just gray. We added a few more cabinets just to make it more homey. I did add a janitorial cart there to kind of distinguish that inside here is actually the janitor's closet, or like the storage closet. So that's what I added there. We have a, oh my, We have a small group of zombies that made their way from either upstairs or downstairs into the boss's office. I'm gonna shoot her in the butt. But yeah, okay, so you're not supposed to go here. There is a path being blocked. We are going to go down into the deep, dark, scary basement. There was really no changes to the basement. The basement is exactly the same. We have landmines, there's zombies, some spare desks. We have not changed anything down here. I didn't feel like it needed it. It's just like a storage area for books and stuff. So, I mean, it did not need a bunch of changes. Let's go in here. Yeah, the library snakes. Whoa! So this library has quite a few bombs in it, which if you know where they are can actually be to your advantage, because 9 times out of 10 these zombies will go ahead and step on the bombs themselves and kill themselves. So it's kind of handy, unless you're looking for experience. We got a snake down in our weird pentagon hole thing. So this is like kind of 5-star treatment, sort of worshipping snakes. That's why there's some snakes in the library. We just got a little creative. Over here, there's usually a bomb, and as you can see by this drop loot bag, a zombie has killed himself on that bomb, which is one less thing for us to do. Now we're going to go up here. This is the inside of the manager's office. Not much has changed. Did add a little poster, the computer, but really, it is the same. This is a full concrete POI, by the way, so if you guys ever want to use it as like a base to, what is the word I'm looking for? Just like as a base for your own protection. All the walls are concrete, which is super handy to have. Oh, God, you scared the crap out of me. See, this is why I don't usually talk and kill zombies. But, oh, God, here we go. Mr. Fun, Genosis. It's like a meat party in here. Sausage fest. Ronald. And what was I saying? Something about, yeah, this is a good place. You could set up your storage upstairs. You could build a little pathing trap downstairs. Clear out the stairs here. Make it all pretty. Caution, these stairs are very dangerous. There are bombs everywhere. And also, you do not have a secure roof. You'd have to fix that if you wanted to live here. But yeah, the only real change we did to the upstairs is the lighting. So I took out all the candles and I've added these more fluorescent lights. It seemed to be more natural. The reason candles were actually in here in the first place is because I actually built this POI like in a vanilla game. I did not use the prefab editor. So candles were like my only option of light. Oh, God. All right. I hate this part. Okay. I'm going to get myself up to that loot, and then we're just going to do a quick loot fest. All right. So the biggest change that we did to the loot is this right here. There is a little hidden bag that you can really only see from once you get up here, and you can only access that through framing on top of the building. There is really no way you're going to be able to just climb up there through the building. You will have to frame. So that's kind of a little treat. We did add that. I'm going to go ahead and get my creative menu up. Spawn myself in an axe. We're going to want an axe. We're also going to want some lock picks. Lock pick. And some jailbreaker candy. Just to make this process a little bit easier on us. So right now, let's just do a quick lootathon, and then at the end, I'm going to show you basically all the loot you can get from this POI. All right, so that took a bit longer than I figured it would. I also did not start the quest, but that's not a big deal. We still went through the POI. Now, just because I know everybody's favorite thing is obviously the books when they come to this POI, we did get a fair number of schematics. Not as many perk books as like I personally would like to get when I come to this POI, but again, it is all by chance. You don't know if what you're going to get. It's a roll of the dice every time you reset the quest. But this being said, we can already build a bike. Like we can build a bicycle on day 1 if you hit this POI up. And it comes with a lot of other stuff. We have tons of armor. We even have a new shovel, ammo, weapons, Molotovs, like lots of food, some weapons, more like arrow armor, medical supplies, lots of clothing because there's plenty of desks, repair kits. We even got ourselves a lumberjack challenge and a wrench. So like imagine this was day 1. That's not too bad a haul. This is quite a bit of loot. One thing I did not do, however, is wrench. So I did not wrench. Ooh, look, forgot some trash bags. I did not wrench the cars. I did not wrench the computers, but there is tons of stuff you can wrench in there. if you want to get electrical, and mechanical supplies. So all in all, I vote this POI is a pretty good POI for any game stage, depending on what you're looking for. And it's quick, it's easy to cheese it if you really wanted to. And hey, it looks kind of nice. That's really all I have to say about it today. I'm going to go back in, fix, some of the errors we have, like this bar being missing in that paint. And I'm going to call it a day. I want to thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And also, if you want to play this POI on your own, there will be a link in the description where you can click it and add this lovely, juicy POI to your map for your fun and pleasure. And yes, you can quest it. It is that good. Okay, guys, we will see you for our next update, which should be the Canucks coffee. So stay tuned for that.